guys that can hang out for a little bit. Turning everything on, the usual startup here. Make sure the volume's down so it's not weird. And here we go. We're all set. I think we're all set. It's been a while. Haven't done a live stream in a few weeks. Yeah, we're all set. Let's see who's around. It is Saturday, 5:26 p.m. Eastern Time. So we'll see if anyone can join us today. Talk a little Tundra. Hello, first people signing on. Good to see you. See if anyone's around to chat about the recent happenings with fuel. Does it push you away from the Tundra? Do you not care? Nick, what's going on, buddy? What is your status with everything going on? Jim, what's going on? Nick, other Nick, how you doing, buddy? John from Atlanta's in the house. Hello, folks signing on. Good to see you. I think this is the first live stream with the 1794 chair, too, because I haven't really sat in it much. So we'll see how comfortable it is at the end. I will tell you the bolstering is very good. Sunny D, how you doing? CK, what's up? New York, good to see you. Andrew, how you doing, pal? Welcome aboard, one and all. Good to see you guys. Figured we hang out for a little bit, get caught up on everything, talk about whatever it is you want to talk about, whether it be old generation, new generation, I don't care, whatever you want. Jimmy, what's up, bud? Dick says 2020 TRD Sport. Waiting for full electric Tundra. Don't kick me out. No, you're good, man. Man Bowswing, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Andrew says, what a great hat and shirt. Gee, where do I get one? Q ad. This hat, actually, I don't sell them. I got these as like a test to see if anybody out there liked them. We did this color for $17.94, as that is my favorite trim. And it's just a regular hat. I don't sell them yet. This shirt is from Toyota Outfitters, though. TundraDude promo code, one word, all capitals, TundraDude, saves you 25% site-wide. It is the official merchandise of Toyota, TRD, and Toyota Racing. And there's your plug. Thank you, sir. Love when you guys do that for me. Nick says, I installed Bilstein 5100s on my Tundra. They are awesome. Everyone loves them. I honestly can tell you I've never heard one con of them, other than some people wanting something more aggressive down the road. That's the only thing I ever heard. MG, what's going on? Northern California is here with great gas prices. Yes, that is one thing today. I always ask you guys, where are you in the country? Where are you coming from? Excuse me. And I still want to know that. But I also want to know, in your general area, what are your gas prices at? That's going to be the fun one today. I want to see how expensive it can get. I know MG can tell us California. I know California's going to have some heavy-duty ones. 6-7, what's going on? Finally test drove a 2022 Tundra. Please tell us what you think. Jim says averaging 17.3, 800 miles. That's amazing. Andrew says highly considering leasing a Camry hybrid with these gas prices. Sheesh. Yeah, I mean, if you work far away, you might want to start thinking about things like that. I thankfully can, if I had to, it would suck. I could walk to work. It's pretty long, but yeah, thankfully I work close to home, so I don't really have to worry about the fuel prices. But it's getting a little dumb out there. Jeremy says, Jeremy Brady from Atlanta, Georgia. How you doing, pal? Nick says, did you ever change out audio system in your Tundra? No. I left everything as is in all of my Tundras, actually. A lot of people do. Gaming says 379 in Spearman, Texas, which is one of the better ones I've heard recently. Sunny D says 419 in Nashville, Tennessee. 419 is what it is here as of yesterday. Might have went up. Andrew says Burlington, Vermont for work. 425 here, I think, for gas. And nice and snowy today after the storm. We're getting a little snow, too. An inch or two, no big deal. But I'm going to call you Mambo. You're just going to be Mambo. It's easier. I tried the new Tundra, but can't match my old 2017 1794 power. That's why you got to test drive them. Even when I got to test drive or use that press vehicle for a week, changed my dynamic on the whole thing. Jimmy says, how come the 2022 Tundra SR doesn't come in a crew max with 6.5-foot bed other than the 5.5-foot bed? I'm not sure. And you would think that would, because that's down in the work truck fleet. You would think they would give all of that type of stuff and capability to that truck, so not really sure. Sean says, good Saturday evening, Mark and everyone, $4.29 a gallon in my area. And that is Tennessee, folks. How you doing, Sean? Good to see you, buddy. Sean, you didn't switch to the new gen yet, bud? Joe says, hello, Mark. Let's see. Poplar Bluff, Missouri, $3.89 here. That's a good price. Never thought I'd be saying that's a good price. Jason says, Jersey snow stinks today. Took the TRD Pro out for a spin. Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be like flurries maybe and rain. There's a little bit of snow out there though. BE says, what's up, TD? Washington State's $5 is the cheapest for premium, but up to $6.15. Oof. I am kind of happy that I don't have that supercharged Tundra anymore because that required premium 93 octane. And that would hurt because middle grade yesterday was 465, so that's got to be like 485, 495 around here at least. And Jersey's known for cheaper gas prices. Keep that in mind. John says, I'm in Atlanta and I paid $97 for 20 gallons on premium. Gas prices are $4.50 to $4.99. Okay. Pretty, I'm not going to say that's good in any way, shape, or form. I just expected higher down south and out west. CK says, Mark, I just added a Harrop Supercharger 2650 on my 2016 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. I love it. Sorry, I do not like the V6 truck. Dude, nothing wrong with that at all. What do you think about the Supercharger? I want to hear all about that. Isaiah, what's going on? Put 125 bucks in the Tundra the other day and it didn't fill it up. I'm about to start walking. I hear that, buddy. Yeah, I put 100 in yesterday and I got just above 3/4 full. MG says, Waze app shows prices around me are between 530 and 589 mark. Not that bad. I expected higher in Cali, I'll be honest. Jimmy says, it's windy over here and it's cold. Yes, same here. Nick says, 409 in Bangor, Maine. New York says, I'm finally done with the modifications on my TRD Pro. I'm sending you an email soon with some pictures and see if you can meet up anywhere in Jersey to shoot a video if you can. I'd like to shoot a video. Yes. Everyone loves a good TRD Pro with modifications. 6-7 says, Indianapolis, Indiana. Gas here dropped from 425 to 414. Going the right direction. Bubba says, 399 to 429 here in Georgia. Okay. Steve says, best run about Toyota for best run about Toyota for MPGs. Now, I'm guessing you're asking who has the best MPGs out there right now. So what kind of MPGs are you getting on your Tundra? And Steve, if you are not asking that and you're asking something else, come on back at me with the real question. What is the best I've ever gotten on a Tundra with MPGs? I don't know. Maybe around 18 something if I really tried. I try not to pay attention to the MPGs very much, to be honest. The only time I ever do true calculations is when I make videos for you guys on it. And that's once or twice a year just to see where the truck is at. I'm just in it for the good time and the power. Tam, how you doing? Good to see you. Andrew says, Mark, what's on your mind? Any rants, vents? No, the main thing on my mind today was just the fuel prices. I put up a picture, I think it was yesterday. I think I put it on YouTube too. It was just a shot of the TRD Pro saying that, you know, gas prices are gas prices. I don't really care. I'd much rather have a truck that's, you know, reliable. Give me the peace of mind there. Pay a little more at the pump now. And some people ate me alive because they said, you know, they took it very literally. It's not a little more. It's a lot more at the pump. And you're very right. I was just saying I'd rather have a nice, reliable vehicle than going out and buying something just because of an MPG number. That's all I was saying. If I worked far away, I would feel very different about this. But I work so close to home that I could drive a Panzer tank and it wouldn't matter because I live so close to home, so the MPGs aren't too crazy for me. If I worked far away, I'd probably have to get a little commuter car because it would cost a lot. If I owned an 18-wheeler truck, then I'd have a real big problem with this because those fuel prices must be insane. So really, I don't have a lot of vents. I will say this one thing, though. This may blow your mind a little bit to some of the folks that are on here right now. I drove that 2022 Tundra for a week. I talked about how good the driving experience of the truck was, meaning, you know, the suspension, it was a very down into the road type truck. It didn't bounce around. It didn't have a lot of sway. And ever since I got back into the TRD Pro, and, you know, obviously that's my daily driver, I've started to find there are things about that driving experience that I notice a lot more than before. I noticed the body sway that I used to say is not bad at all is something that I notice way more since the 2022 when going around turns. And I officially am not a fan of the 2020 seats that I have because I'm sliding all over the place, which I always was sliding all over the place. But now I saw the light because the 2022 Tundra has better bolstering. I'm actually sitting in a 2022 Tundra seat right now. If you guys don't know, I got the 1794 seat It even has the airbags. So one day you may get a great surprise and come on here and these airbags may go off on camera. You never know. So I have a full 1794 seat that I'm sitting in right now, and I can tell you as I sit, the bolstering is a lot better. The seat holds you in place a lot better than my TRD Pro, which is the Softex. I will say when I had my Platinum 2017, that has the perforated leather. That kind of helped you stay planted a little better in the seat, but the Softex leather in the Softex leather in the TRD Pro and the Limited in the last generation, all over the place. All over the place. All right. By the way, cheers to all of you out there. Cheers to all the emergency services and military of this great country and Canada. We love you. Must say that. Must say that. Now let's get back to where we were. Oh, okay. So Steve said, oh, wait, hold on. I got to get a couple more before Steve. I'm way behind. Okay. Andrew says, just bought my second Tundra 2019 TRD Sport Double Cab 5.7. High five to you. Solid pick. What color did you get? Bubba is waving and smiling. How you doing, pal? Good to see you. 6-7 says, comparing my 2019 1794 to the 2022 Limited Double Cab I tested, my 2019 seats are substantially more comfortable, much thicker, cushy old cushions. Okay, cool. MG says, Mark, have gas prices affected the value of the 2021 Tundra? I will tell you, I checked my 2020 Tundra the other day, and it's still right around the same spot. That's going to be a question in, I would say, like a month. If these gas prices haven't settled down, we're going to start to see if those prices change. Right away, the values won't change hardcore, I don't think. I think it'll be an overtime thing. So let's hope we figure out how to get these gas prices down, because it's killer. Andrew says, if gas stays high, I was tossing around the idea of buying a Tundra if the prices drop, then waiting and reselling once it's advantageous. Great word usage right there. Andrew, give yourself a high five for the advantageous. That word needs to be around more often. That's another thing people were saying is everybody wants cheaper half-ton pickup prices. The way you get that is high gas prices because people stop buying them. I don't know if people will stop buying trucks. I don't know, because you got to look at it from a sense of the whole segment. And all of the MPG is better in these half-ton pickup trucks now, right? Everybody's up in the 20s. So will the sales slow down a bit in the red-hot half-ton segment and the red-hot mid-size segment? Remains to be seen. So we'll keep our eye right on it. 6-7 says, and to further comment, the 2013 and earlier seat cushions were better than the 2019. There you go. Steve says, sorry, best Toyota car that's not crazy expensive, commute and daily driving. I mean, for me, Corolla all day. Corollas are nice and cheap. You get good gas mileage on them. I mean, that's the way to go. And that's not electric and hybrid and all that crap. That's just, you know, probably down in the high teens you could get one, brand new. You know, a little 4-cylinder engine getting 30 miles to the gallon. I mean, if you wanted to spend the money and get like a Prius or something that's, you know, has a battery in it too, that's one thing. But if you're looking to save cost, Corolla has been tried and true for a very long time. Sean says, all the 2022s coming in locally are all spoken for so far. Finally got to drive one last week and I'm split. Total change driving-wise, not sure if I like it. Welcome to my world. PC, what's going on? It's time to pay at the pump or pay at the shop time. I like it. Or you would rather buy a new car, just a little bit better gas mileage. I kind of wish I still had that FRS I used to have. That thing got massively good gas mileage. The wife has a Prius C, been driving it since we work different shifts. There you go. My wife and I work different shifts, but she has a 4Runner, and the gas MPG on that isn't great either. Jeremy says, I could get 20 plus MPG before I lifted my 2019 Limited Crew Max and put 34-inch tires on it. Yeah, but it probably looks way better the way you have it now, Jeremy, so just enjoy, buddy. Enjoy it. Joseph says, just completed a 2,500 round trip to New Jersey from Florida in my 2020 TRD Off-Road DC, about 16 MPG. Total fuel costs approximately $700. Not awful. Jeremy says, just had to drive a bit conservative. Yeah, there you go. I mean, keep your foot off the pedal. I'll be honest with you, I was out in the Tundra today. Just filled it yesterday, and I did not drive conservative because I love driving the truck, so I just want to have a good time. If it gets to a point where fuel matters to me in the way of cost, then maybe I'll slow down and go easy a little bit, but I want to drive the truck. I want to have a good time. I mean, I had a Tundra back in the last recession in '08, and I actually ended up buying, I had an '07 when '08 happened, and then in '09 I bought another Tundra. So prices went way down during the recession, though. That's why I bought that '09 Tundra. And I ended up putting a lift, wheels, and tires on it, mud tires. MPG doesn't really bother me, again, because I work so close to home. Nick says, if they put the 2023 Sequoia front end on the new Tundra, it would be a better looking truck. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that. I will say, I totally agree with you, first off. Secondly, though, some of the trims don't bother me as much as others. I think the TRD Pro front end looks fine. I'm not really a big fan of like the chrome style front ends, like the big chrome grill with it, because it looks like it's too much. But I totally agree, and everybody loves that Sequoia front end. And rest assured, someone out there will be putting that front end on the Tundra eventually. Tam says, did you have good visibility through the front windshield in the 2022? It looks shorter. It definitely is shorter, but I did have good visibility. I thought the hood being longer would be an issue, but it really isn't. The hood kind of falls off. Yeah, no issues with visibility at all. No more than what's there now, because you got your A and B pillar on passenger side. It always has that little bit of blind spot in the back corner in a Crew Max, back seat wise. But you have all these sensors and you have all these cameras now and stuff. But no, nothing worse than the last generation. The window, and I know this isn't a good representation, but bear with me. Window on the last generation was just straight across, boom. This one up here kind of has like a dip. Kind of dips down a little, but at first I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, this is so different. It really isn't that big of a deal though. Bubba says, I've never gotten more than 16.3 mpg in my 2016 Pro, but you have a 2016 Pro, so who cares, right? Paul Camp says, beer causes liver damage. That it does, my friend. Be safe out there. Andrew says, super white, keeping my 07 5.7 double cab bench seat, slate gray too. I believe they called it slate metallic. Love the name. Cannot beat these trucks. There you go. Taryn, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Gerald, how you doing? Wilson, North Carolina in the house. Yes, sir. Good to have you, buddy. So, it's a non-work night. What's in the cup? It's good times. It's an adult beverage. We're having some fun here, hanging out with the wife after this. So, why not have a beverage with you guys first? Because why not? It is my night off. I want to have a good time. Just chilling with my Tundra people. Mike says, I viewed a video today of someone having an issue with the fuel gauge with his 2022 Tundra. I saw one with the fuel, so far, this is the issues I've seen on the 2022 Tundra. Wastegate issue, turbo issue, wind noise, and now fuel gauge. I think that's it. If anybody has any more, let me know. Hopefully just growing pains. Hopefully Toyota jumps right on. I know Toyota, when the wastegate issue started to happen, and there's some channels that were reporting on that, Toyota is hard at work trying to figure that out right now, because no one wants the bad press that comes with problems and issues right away for the Tundra. But this is a completely new platform, completely new engine, completely new everything for the Tundra. So you're going to have your bugs in the first year. That's why a lot of you guys always say, you wait. You don't buy the truck the first year. You wait a couple model years, let them work the bugs out. Well, these are the bugs that need to be worked out. As far as wind noise goes, that's one thing that I noticed the first day I was driving the 2022. It sounded very windy, like you could hear wind coming in somewhere. But what I did was, after the 2 trips I heard it, I rolled the window down, I rolled the window back up and made sure, the window was all the way up, and I made sure I shut the door really good. And then the rest of the time with the truck, I didn't have that issue. So maybe the window didn't go up into the channel all the way or something. I was just making sure it wasn't something with, a windshield seal or, something with the pillar. It seemed like it was just the door not closing right or the window not going up all the way. Iron says, do you still have your Supra? I never owned a Supra. I just got press vehicles every once in a while on the Supra. I usually get one every year for a week, just because if you can get a Supra, why not? Probably won't get one this year, but man, they're a fun car to drive. Fun car to drive. A lot of people gave Toyota crap for doing it with BMW, and I feel where they're coming from. I wouldn't have named it Supra. Supra is a Toyota heritage name. That should be Toyota only. But I also, on the other hand, will say, give it another name, because BMW engineering all day long. I mean, come on. That's race inspired. That car was a lot of fun to drive in all aspects. This thing felt like you were in a supercar. It didn't feel like, you're getting like a Mustang GT. All right, I'm in a Mustang. That's cool. Unless you're driving, Nicolas Cage's Eleanor, that's a different story. But this thing felt like you were getting in, and when you were driving, this thing is not a regular everyday car. This is a supercar. That was the vibe. New York says, interesting statistics came out a couple days ago. More trucks were sold in 21 than cars. The whole nation is moving toward trucks, which is kind of funny to me because the whole nation is moving in the direction where the nation wants everyone to come the other way, which kind of blows my mind. I personally, don't see where trucks can go wrong. There's more utility, right? Like let's talk about my wife, okay? I bought Michelle a 2024 Runner TRD Off-Road Premium, all right? Now that thing inside is giant. We have, for all our needs, we'll never have a problem with that. And I know that's an SUV. SUVs and trucks is where it's all at nowadays. It rides comfortably. I feel better because I feel like she's in a bigger vehicle. It's a safe vehicle. As a husband, that's where I'm at with that. But that truck has, and it's on a truck frame, so I'm calling it a truck, has ultimate utility. The thing looks like it's built for war, which is insane. But that's the thing. You put those back seats down, you almost have yourself like a 6.5, 7 foot bed to put whatever you want back there. It's amazing. So you could fit 5 people comfortably and all their luggage and stuff. So a big SUV makes a lot of sense. When it comes to a pickup truck, even if you're someone that runs a business, a pickup truck to me is a must, right? For all of the things you'll have to do with a business, regardless of what the subject of the business is, you have that truck for utilitarian purposes. For a regular person like me, or an off-roader or something like that, you're going to take that truck off-road. You have that bed for whatever you need. I do a lot of outdoor sports, things like that. We have mountain bikes we go do, trails with and stuff like that. I'm a golfer. We have the golf bag. Bowling. I played hockey my whole life. Throw the gear bag back there. Throw the sticks. It's there for utility, even when necessarily you won't, be using it for construction and everything. It's also there, don't forget, keep this in mind, for trips to Lowe's or Home Depot if you're a homeowner. But the big question is, do you go half ton or do you go mid-size? And that's where people get kind of lost in what they want to do. But overall, pickup truck purchases make a ton of sense to me because, and nowadays, look at it. Back in the day, pickup trucks, they really didn't have much power. They were there for the bed. A lot of times it was regular cab 2-seaters. Now these trucks nowadays are loaded with power, loaded with luxury. So you're not really giving up everything. The only thing you're really going to give up is MPG. But even the MPG is coming up in the trucks. So what's the point of buying a car that has a purpose for, it goes fast, it's sleek, down the road, better gas mileage, when you can get something with a little bit worse gas mileage and way more utility and way more use. You'll never have a problem with getting people in the truck because they seat 5, 6. If you get a big SUV, it could seat up to 8, 7. You always have the bed or the big trunk. America has spoken. That's all I'm saying. And that was a rant, and I apologize. And there's another sip for you. Paul says, I'm getting a Corolla SUV. If only they had one, right? Bubba says, did they change the shipping date of the hybrid Tundras? Any word on when dealers will get them? I've heard a couple people online say they got a new, hey, your truck's being built date. But I also heard there are delays right now. But there's been delays since the beginning. So until I see them on the lot, it's a waiting game. If you ask Toyota, they say spring 2022. We are now entering spring 2022. So I think you'll just start seeing them show up. Focus on, this is a good way to play the game here. Focus on the dealerships in Texas, okay? Find a couple on Google. There's Dallas has one, Fred Haas in Houston. Focus on their inventory because they're going to get them first. So once you see them pop up, even if it's, in transit, you'll know that, it's actually on the way to the dealership and they will be out there. Nick says, whirling noise on cold starts in the morning and night after work, 2011 Tundra. Whirling noises, anybody know? You're going to have to, if you can, Nick, send me a video. Take a video on your phone next time you're out at the truck to do the cold start. I'd love to know what you're talking about. I got to hear it, though. Make it work. I like that name. Says, what do you think about the RAV4? Need to find another all-wheel drive compact SUV after a hit-and-run accident. I'm going to keep my Tundra. Well, first off, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're okay. My neighbor has a RAV4, absolutely loves it. I know a couple other people that have a RAV4. I've heard no issues, no problems. I mean, the RAV4 is a #1 seller around the nation in Canada, so can't go wrong. Toyota vehicle. And now they've made them a lot more of a sleeker body. I think they did, I could be totally wrong here, so bear with me. Maybe 2019 they did a generation refresh, and they look good. They look a little bit bigger, you know, and it's good for MPG if you need that utility and to get to work every day. Joe says, what was the average MPG on the 2022 press truck? At the end, it was just over 15, I believe. 15.2 or 3. That was it. My issue was I had it all week long at 15.1, right around there, right? And then I would sit and do the live streams outside at the truck. And when I did the live streams outside at the truck, sometimes I would turn the truck on and leave it on for 20 minutes just sitting there. So that killed the MPG and it put it down into the low 14s. And then the last night I had the truck, I did a highway video with it, and that got it back up to 15.2 or 3. But keep this in mind, because I know a lot of you will say that's not good enough, and I agree. Brand new truck, it wasn't broken in yet. I wasn't driving it like a, you know, like nice and easy. I was taking it out there and driving it and testing it and putting it in all its modes and everything. So next time I'm going to get another 2022 press vehicle. I already asked for another one because I need more seat time. That's kind of the subject of the whole deal. I need as much seat time as possible to be able to tell you guys what direction to go. Yeah, I'm going to need more seat time with it, and then I'm going to take some time and just drive it easy and see if I could get that MPG number good, but I don't know. 6-7 says, feel like this economy has left us all behind. 2.5 years ago, paid $47,500 for the new 1794. Now the 2022 limited double cab I test drove a 69 grand after dealer 10K markup. That much more in 2.5 years. That is, the markups are out of control, man. I'm seeing them all over the place. I'm getting, you know, I get emails all over the place. People, do you think this is a good price? And it always has some markup in it. It seems like markups are becoming just the norm. And I think a lot of that has to do with the chip shortage. So now these dealerships don't have 25, 30 Tundras on the lot and 15 inbound. They have 3. And they feel like they need to mark it up to make more money on like a supply and demand situation. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to say this. I feel like that puts a bad light, not just on the dealership, but on Toyota. Because if you're a regular consumer, you don't know that these dealerships are, you know, franchised out. You look at it and you see the big Toyota logo, and you're like, I can't believe the prices are like this. And you get mad at that. And it's not just Toyota, it's all the brands out there. But I don't know. Yes, but the prices are insane. I'll put it to you this way. The 2015 TRD Pro Tundra Crew Max Inferno, okay, keep that in mind, brand new, was roughly $47,000. 2015 TRD Pro Crew Max Inferno. That was the first year of the TRD Pro. $47,000, okay? 2022 TRD Pro Crew Max Tundra, same setup, $67,000. $20,000 difference right there. So everything is going up. Every time they do a new generation of TRD Pro, because 2019 brought in a new TRD Pro, there was a lot more options on it and stuff. It went from 47 to 56 or 57, I believe. Oh, it was 57. 56 and change. It went up 10 grand, and now it went up another 10 grand. So there you are. Cheers to that. All right, moving on. MG says, Mark, did you see the spy picture that TFL posted of the Tundra? A lot of camo on the front end. They're probably adding tow hooks. I didn't see the video, but that could be it. I don't know. Everyone's starting to think that they're going to add tow hooks in the future, which would be a good thing. Do you know if the iForce Max production has started? I believe it has. I believe it has. Matt says, I'm debating selling my 2017 Tundra Pro, Barcelona Red. Before I go any further in your comment, Matt, please know this. The Barcelona Red TRD Pro is very, very rare. So do your research before you sell it. Make sure you are getting ultimate value for that truck. People never see Barcelona Red 1794. It was kind of a thing that happened and no one even talked about, because in 2017, that year, you also had cement, and everybody wanted the cement one. So the Barcelona red option, I bet you some people on this live stream right now don't even know it exists for 2017 on the Pro. I saw one the whole time, and it was somebody where I go jogging that park next to me. So make sure you research your value on that, sir. But you also said, I bought it when COVID started at a super deal with super low mileage. I think prices will go down because of gas. Do your research on that one. Don't just go to like Kelly Blue Book. Go to many different websites. Get an idea of what people are selling them for. But I will tell you this, you have a very rare one, my friend. Joseph says, just saw a 2022 limited 4x4 Crew Max short bed at the local dealer, $67,000 with market adjustment. Way too expensive and not impressed at all. Then stay with what you have, my friend. That's my thing, is like, with the gas prices, and this is me talking, right? Just Mark right now, not TundraDude34 channel, none of that, just me, okay? So I want a TRD Pro for the next generation. That's the truck I want. I have a great TRD Pro right now. I don't hate it at all. You will see there's a 2-year ownership update video coming up on that truck very shortly. There's not a lot of cons, I will tell you that much. But I do want the next generation TRD Pro. It's extremely hard to get right now. The price is high. Trying to find it with no markup. Even in the position I'm in helping, I can't get one with no markup, which means my payment's going to go up. That's why I'm kind of in the mode of I'm not in a rush. If I get an opportunity at one, if one presents itself, we'll see where we're at. But I'm done looking. I'm done, trying to search one out just for the sheer fact of how tough it is to find one. And it just seems like everybody's marking up, or they're all spoken for already. Like I didn't act quick enough, but I'm not paying a markup. That's my thing. I'll pay MSRP gladly, and I know even back in the day MSRP was too much, but if you could get anything at MSRP right now, you're in a good position. So we shall see. We shall see where I land on that one. But the prices are not, they added a lot to the truck. They changed the truck from the ground up, put a lot of features in it and everything. But, man, wasn't ready for some of those stickers. Eric says, hey, Mark, did you make a decision on which truck you will be getting, or just save your money and enjoy your Pro? So to add on what I just said, I'm enjoying my Pro until a TRD Pro position presents itself in an affordable range. That's where I'm at right now. And I get it all the time. People hit me up. They're like, you need to tell us what you're going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do because there's nothing sitting there. I have not got a phone call saying, hey, we have this TRD Pro. Do you want it? I haven't got one of those yet. Not one. I've done some feelers. I've done some reaching out. I have gone through my guy in Toyota. He's even having trouble finding one for me. So that's what's going on right now. But, like I said to him, and I'll say publicly, it's not like a secret for me or anything. I'm not in a rush because I love my truck I have now. So if one presents itself, we'll make a move. You'll know everything I end up doing. If one doesn't present itself, we'll continue to drive a gorgeous 2020 Army Green TRD Pro. Poor me, PC says, Sunny D, all in with you, brother. I got a Gas Hog Tundra and a RAV4 and a Pre-SC from my wife. Now I'm driving it for work for a while. I hear that. Terrence says, yesterday, this guy went out of his way to park his silver 1794 2022 next to my Tundra just to take pics, so I returned the favor. Show off. I like my truck better. There you go. Tundra owners must support Tundra owners. That's the fun way. Andrew says, you're right. It's slate metallic. Good catch. I was obsessed with slate metallic. That one I know. Andrew says, if you had a choice, would you go Tacoma or something like a F-150, Ram, Chevy, etc. if Tundra ceased to exist? That's a tough one. It would be all about what do I need the truck for. If in my current lifestyle right now, I could totally get away with a Tacoma. The back seats are so small in the Tacoma. That's my only issue. I actually use my back seats quite a bit. And I think we're going to buy a dog soon. So I want to have a nice big Crew Max type back seat. But I'm going to say Tacoma because of my loyalty to Toyota. And look at my last, I think it was my last dealership walk video. At the Lakewood dealership, they had a Army Green access cab Tacoma. I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of Tacomas in my life. I've driven a lot of Tacomas in my life. That was the most beautiful Tacoma I've ever seen, face to face in my life. It just, I don't know. It just did something to me. It had a really nice Goodyear tire on it that had a nice tread pattern. It was army green. The access cab looked really good. It had a little bit of red accenting with the TRD here and there. I love the wheels on the Tacoma. It had the yellow and blue Bilstein shocks that were, the tires were sideways so you could kind of see those. It just looked awesome. So go check that dealership video out. I would like to get that one in a manual. At that point, it would have to be a manual just because, why not, right? 6-7 says, because of the severe shortage of all vehicles, prices will not go down for at least a year on the 5.7 liter trucks. Nothing fuel efficient to buy. It's a weird time for the market. It's very hard to make calls on how things will swing. Sean says, as my 2019 gets more miles, it seems to be getting better mileage. Average 17 last week. There you go. I'm kind of I should really start paying attention to my MPG in my truck right now. When you shut the truck off in the 18 and up Tundras, it tells you. And I'm usually rocking 15 to 18 depending on what I did. It'll just tell you like what your trip MPG was, so that's good. Jared says, why doesn't Toyota bring a 4x4 van to the States and give the Mercedes Sprinter some good competition? I'd be all in for it. Let's go. Joe says, does the 2022 require premium fuel? Now, because of turbos, you would think it would, but it does say it will operate on regular. So, and I think they knew that. You know, they want people to buy their truck, and, you know, requiring premium right now is probably not a great thing to do. Like all those Audis that require premium, they probably won't sell. Living the Dream says, although if you're buying an Audi, you probably have the cashola. Anybody know of an aftermarket locking gas cap for a 2021 Tundra Pro? Dealer Parts says Toyota does not make one. So help out Living the Dream here. We'll read it again. Anybody know of an aftermarket locking gas cap for a 2021 Tundra TRD Pro? Help them out. We don't want people stealing gas out here. Taryn says, God bless Mrs. Michelle Dude. Yeah, she's okay. She's a good wife. She's letting me do this right now. We should be hanging out. John says, new Tundra is crap. John's not a fan of the new Tundra. What do you got, John? What are you driving, buddy? What year? What generation? Give it all to me, buddy. RB says, my wife asked me to take her somewhere expensive. I took her to the gas station. I saw one like that. I saw a meme online that says, my wife asked me to take her to an expensive dinner, so I took her to McDonald's and the gas station, something like that. There's a lot of good ones out there. Dill's Place says, good evening, Mark. Cheers. Hey, cheers to you, buddy. You know the rules. You say cheers, we take a sip. In that case, we finish it. And that was for the troops, boys. That was for the troops. Dance Master, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Jeremy says, I know where you could still get gas for $1.50. Oh, boy. Go ahead. Taco Bell. Oh, dude, that was another one I saw. You had me there. I thought you were going to say somewhere else. Yeah, Taco Bell, even cheaper than $1.50, man. Ignacio, what's going on, buddy? He says, living the dream. I bought mine at CarQuest Auto Parts. So there you go, locking gas cap, and that was in Santa Ana, California. So there you go. Ignacio coming through in the clutch. High five, sir. Thank you. Charles says, you can't determine gas mileage on a vehicle when you sit there and let it idle for long periods of time. Very true. That is ridiculous to even put out a number. Let's get real. Yeah, so, well, before I did the sitting there and doing the live stream with the truck on for a good portion of the time, I ended up getting in the 15.1 range. So there you go. I'm getting real, Charles. My bad, buddy. Nick says, I went to the dealership yesterday to buy spark plugs for my 2012 5.7. They wanted $150 for all 8. Is that normally what they cost for original plugs? If you go to the Toyota dealership, yes. If you shop around, there are other plugs out there that you could get cheaper. I like to go through Toyota parts, I got to be honest with you. It's the same thing about servicing. A lot of people, if they take their vehicle for service and they don't do it themselves, they go to, everybody has their own shop. I actually like going to the Toyota dealership. I just do. I don't know. Peace of mind, I guess. Mike S. says, Ignacio, I'm next door in Tustin. An afternoon, Mark. How you doing, Mikey? Good to see you. Dill's Place says, it's a great time to be a dealer. Buyers are being trained to pay MSRP or above or go without. That's the new market, man. We're going to be talking about, hey, remember when you could get deals on a truck or a car? Remember when you walk in there and you'd be like, yo, knock $3,000 off, I'll take it home today. Deal. Those days are over. Mark, have you noticed any steering tightening when 4x4 high is on, and especially on low speed? Yeah, And anytime you cut the wheel too tight, you'll kind of feel it in the steering wheel. That, but I'll have to try it again to get you a current up-to-date comparison on that one. But yes and no, not insanely tightening, but yes, there is a difference when 4x4 is on. Ignacio says, hi, Mike S. John says, New York, New York. Dude, yeah, that's supposed to happen. Oh, yeah. Terrence says, no lie, Mark, your army green is beautiful. I've only seen one like it down here. Stunning. Okay, so army green, you're not going to come by an army green TRD Pro every day, right? I don't think I've seen another one in this whole time. Even before I owned it, I saw one at a dealership in like 2019. I went to film it. That's in the dealership walk videos up at Galaxy Toyota in Eatontown, New Jersey. Then I bought mine. Those are the only two I saw. Then I saw one a couple months ago at a place called Auto Lenders down here. And I'm pretty sure a local bought that because now I'm seeing another TRD Pro around here. Army green. This is my territory. What are you doing? I'm just kidding. Mario says, just curious how many pros will be allocated to dealers and average per dealer. They don't give you that information, but I will tell you it will be very low. Very, very, very low. Very low. There's already limited production on pros, but now I think this year is going to be even more limited. One, maybe. If you want to see any dealerships that have more than one, which will be like 2 or 3, Texas. Texas is where you want to look, buddy. Jerome, what's going on? Bonjour to you as well, my friend. Our Canadian brothers are here. Terrence says Mark's going to name his new dog Capstone for sure. It's a really good idea. It's a really good idea. Wow. I like that. I was going to go with Piston, but we can maybe do that. Living the Dream said thanks in advance. Absolutely. Steven says, contact Stant for gas cap. Okay, there you go. PC says, living in a dream, 2 options, locking gas cap or locking gas door. Pretty easy to install. Boom. Iron Saint says, does the 2022 Tundra come with the same 10.5-inch differential like previous generations? That's a great question. We're going to have to look that up. Does anybody know that? Let's read that again. Does the 2022 Tundra come with the same 10.5-inch differential like the previous generations? Good call, Iron Saint. Andrew says, Mark, I'm out. Thanks for the live. See you next week. Be safe. Be well, Andrew. Go enjoy your evening. Dance Master, doing good. And please call me Chris. I apologize, buddy. Chris, Dance Master. Chris, Dance Master. I say that a couple times. I'm going to remember. Ignacio gave back the high five. I like it. Living the Dream says, I'll check CarQuest. Ignacio, thank you. Lee, what's going on? Yes, 2022 does have the same size rear diff. I love it. Dill says, think twice about the lock and gas cap. Thieves are drilling through the gas tanks when they run into resistance. Today's world. Todd says, what mileage do you think is ideal to trade out of a Tundra? Meaning, residual is still strong, but it will start to nickel and dime you. What mileage do you think is ideal? I mean, the lower, the better. You're going to get more value when it's low, but you also want to enjoy the truck a little, right? That's a really tough question, Todd. What do you think? But what does everybody think on that one? What mileage do you think is ideal to trade out of a Tundra? I'll put it to you this way. Right now they're offering, let's go Kelley Blue Book. I understand they don't use Kelley Blue Book, but let's just go with that for a minute. Right now they're offering me $60K. That's my high end in Kelley Blue Book right now to trade in. It's low mileage though. So I would think if it got up to around $50K, I'd probably be hanging out in the high 40s. So that's a tough, tough question. And a great question though, buddy. Great question. Todd with the zinger there. I like it. PC says, New York, New York, yes, because Tundras do not have dynamic torque vectoring tech like my limited trim or Platinum RAV4 does. Terrence says, maybe Cap or Stony. Stony would be cool. Bubba says, I can't remember when I bought my lock and gas cap. I'll look it up for you. Good help in there. BC says, was the bed depth on the 2022 comparable to your current Tundra? Yes. I heard it was going to be a more shallow bed, but it seemed exactly the same. A very deep bed. I did not measure. I will measure next time, but from just looks alone, it's very deep. Andrew says, no, it's different. Chris says, you're a good man. No hard feelings. Just prefer to go by Chris instead of Dance Master. So that means every time you sign on, be like, hey, it's Chris from blah, blah, blah. And then I will remember. I'm terrible at names. If you know me, even at my job, you'll know me saying, hey, dude, what's up, bro? Hey, bud. Those are the three things I use all the time. Andrew says, not sure exactly what size, but the Max and non-hybrid have different. Okay. Mikey Holmes, what's going on, pal? How you doing? Okay, let's ask Mike this. He's a salesman down at Sparks Toyota, probably the best dealer in the East Coast. Myrtle Beach, baby. Are you getting allocations for hybrid Tundras yet? Go. Help out everyone. Lee says smiles per gallon. Absolutely. I mean, when you have a truck like Lee, you're going to get bad gas mileage, but that's okay. Todd says, I'm thinking 70 to 90K. Woof, rock and roll. Sunny D says it will take 70K to take my 2021 Pro double cab. Nice. Chris says, okay, I got you. Thank you, buddy. PC says, Amazon gas cap $15 or locking door $95. Buy it now or sell out. All right, it's time to, well, I'll let you guys make the call. Should I fill this thing up again? Do we still have time to talk? Are we going to hang out? You tell me. Am I filling this up again or not? Mike says no, so they're not getting allocations for hybrids yet. Any idea when, Mike? Make It Work says, do we need an oil catch can for the 2021 Tundra? Aren't the Tundras port injection? I know people that have an oil catch can, but it's not required. Keep that in mind. I'm seeing fill it, do it, fill it. And Ignacio does not recommend from Amazon. We're filling it, boys. We're going back. Mikey Pfeiffer. Oh, the train guy's here. Cool. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. CK says fill it. Lee's toasting. Let's go. Ah, that's the sound of a Saturday night, folks. And we don't know when allocations will be coming as far as hybrids go, as per Mr. Holmes. That's good. That's good. That was a professional pour right there. That could be on a commercial. That could be on a commercial right there. Oh, yeah, that's okay. That's pretty good. All right, back at it. Let's see. Oh, I passed this one. Hold on. Omar says, I have a 2021 TSS off-road and would like to upgrade to my seat to leather. Do you have any suggestions? Check out Cat Skins. Go search them right now with a Z at the end. Cat Skins. Everybody absolutely raves about them. Let me know what you think. I think it's catskins.com, but just Google search it. Everybody's down. Fill that Stein up. I agree with you. P says, drink it. I'm not working tonight, Mark. There you go. No, I'm not working tonight. It's my one night off. Gerald says, can you get floor mats at Husky yet? You know what? Let's check it out online here. I'm check right now. Go to Husky. Last I saw, it was a no, but let's see where we're at. Husky liners, which if you don't know about Husky liners, you're living under a rock because they're the best liners you can get. I stand by them highly. 2022 is the year selected. And we are going to go with Toyota here. We're going to see if these Huskies are available. What are you doing? Toyota. No, not available for 2022 yet, but they are coming. So I will keep you updated on that. We're back at it here. All right, where was I? Living the Dream says, don't forget to hit the like button. I agree. Please hit the like button. Help me out. Ignacio says, nice cup. I appreciate you, buddy. Mike says, still milking my 2010. Love my Huskies. There you go. Your 2010 is gorgeous. Nice blue. 6-7 says, compared to my 2019 1794, that 2022 Tundra I test drove was much faster. Crazy fast acceleration. I felt no turbo lag. Nice. Yeah, it's a fast truck for sure. What do you think with the small car manufacturer, new Supra, but old school? What do you think with the small car manufacturer, new Supra, but old school? I would love that. If you're asking what I think you're asking, and I think there's going to be, I want a manual Supra, and then I'm in. I might spend stupid money. Don't tell my wife. Can you do a video showing bed covers for 2021 fitting on 2022? Or if it's possible, get the question all the time. I have seen people, Mike, I have seen people take, I believe it was the Xtang trifecta one, and it fit on the 2022, but I will do a video on it for sure. I'll do a little research for you, pal. Justin with the thumbs up. I love it. I appreciate you. Jared says, would a plum purple ever make it to Toyota? I had a feeling that a plum purple would be on the TRD Pro at some point. Would you buy it is the question. John says, I got a brand new 2022 Toyota Tundra limited edition midnight TRD off-road. I have no issues with it at all. I'm loving it. And dude, you spend that kind of money, I hope you're loving it. Love it up. There's a great interior. You said you got a limited. I tested a limited. There's everything in there you're ever going to want. You probably got the giant screen. Very, very happy with driving that truck for a week. Please enjoy. And keep us updated on your pros and cons for sure. PC says, I got a locking gas cap from Amazon for my FJ Cruiser for many years. Never have any problems. Nice. Iron says, does the 2022 have nannies like the previous generation? If so, could you turn them off like previous generations? It's loaded with nannies. You could turn some off, but not all. Keep that in mind. But, you know, you could still turn traction control off and stuff like that. But, I mean, you're surrounded in cameras now. There's sensors everywhere. That you have to keep in mind. But that's just the way of you know, the nature of today's automotive market. Everything has all this crazy stuff on it now. Okay, there you go. Michael says, taking pre-orders for Stick Shift 2023 Supra. So they are coming. Everybody's going to be very happy about that. Where can I buy the TRD cold air intake? Sparks Parts has it. Promo code TundraDude34 saves you 5%. SparksParts.com for all your Toyota part needs. That's where I got mine from. Greg says, howdy, how's your day going? I'm doing well. How about you? If you're good, I'm good. Make It Work says, got a jam, bro. Have a great evening. You as well. Thank you for being here. Be safe. Be well. Chris says, I would love it if they had a plum purple, but how would it look? Because I personally am still not crazy about the looks, but it's slowly growing on me. It would look great on like a Tacoma body, like a smaller body like that. I think it would look awesome. I'm not sure about the Tundra. New York says, Mark, did you get a chance to try the wireless Apple CarPlay on the 2022? If so, have you noticed any lag? I tried it, worked fine. No problems whatsoever. Yeah, and I was looking out for that because some people were saying there was a lagging issue, but nah, no issue. Jeremy says, like button 10 times. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Greg says, I am good. Awesome. All right, so we're all caught up. We take a little sip. Once again, if you didn't know, we're sitting in a 1794 2022 Tundra seat. If you would like to see it, let me know. I will stand up and show you the chair with the angle we have. Iron says, a stick shift Supra is going to be badass. I'm going to go ahead and agree with that statement right there. I think it's going to be awesome. Chair is very comfortable. It's going to be fun doing live streams in. I think I'm going to add handles on the side so I can lean my arms on something. You would like to see it. I'll give you a quick little view here, show you what it's all about. Kind of get a... So it's an actual seat. It has the airbags and everything. I'll try to pick this thing up here and show you what's up. Whoa, sorry. So here's the chair. See it? Get a good look at it. Airbags and all. It's awesome. I thought it would be a nice touch, you know, in doing this channel. This office is just for YouTube, so why not? Why not? Let's see where we're at. Russ says, what's the best replacement media system for the 2014 to 2020 Tundra Entune JBL? I forget what's out there. Somebody help out Mr. Wrangler here. There is Kenwood, I think, makes a good system. What's the best system you could get for your 14 and up Tundra for replacement? I can't remember. I think it's Kenwood makes one. Iron says, did you make that chair yourself? No. It's from Toyota directly. Excuse me. Gilmer says, hey, Mark, how are you doing with red meat? Still haven't had red meat. I haven't had beef or pork since 2020, December 2020. It's been so long. Chris says, really like your channel. Keep it up. Chris gets the high five on that. We appreciate you, buddy. Happy to do it for you. PC says, bad news, locking gas door sold out from Amazon. Guess everyone saw the news about gas got stolen. Yeah, I guess. Gilmer says, I still want to buy a single cab short bed. Regular cab short bed, I'm in the market for at all times. The minute I see one, I'm buying one. I'm with you. On a swivel, nice. Yeah, I actually put the base of my old chair on this one. I put a wood plank and bolted everything down. Sunny D says, still miss the 15 Taco Sport 6-speed manual for sure. Iron Saint says, yeah, channel rocks. I appreciate you. CK says, Alpine Halo 9 or 11. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Alan says, anyone heard anything about a Toyota quality hold on all Tundras out of Southeast distributor Ordered my 1794 in December, still waiting. Mr. Holmes, if you're still on, is that a thing? I'll read it one more time. Anyone heard anything about a Toyota quality hold on all Tundras out of Southeast distributor? Ordered my 1794 in December, still waiting. Mike is a salesman at Sparks Toyota, which is down in that region, so we shall see. Greg says, is the 1794 leather very stiff? No, it's not bad. It's nice and soft. It's the perforated leather. It has the same feel as the Platinum in 1794 in the last generation. The only difference is a lot more bolstering on the sides. Very comfortable chair. Very nice to sit in, just like this. Which, this is the true test today. This is the first time I've sat in it this long, because this is the first live stream we've done in a while and with this chair. Dill's Place says, I need to send you a desert pattern USMC boonie cover to hang on that wall behind you. The one you have looks Vietnam era. That's my father's from Vietnam. It says his name. It says on K. It says New York. All the stuff that were sewn into it. He wore that in Vietnam. So you are more than welcome to send me your cover as well. I would love to have it. I will put it right there next to it. I will move that and this up or down, whatever I got to do. But yes, that is war-worn, we should say. PC says, I got an Alpine system, amp and sub, came with bracket. Everything mounted under the seat and head unit, and all speakers. They don't sound good. $2,400. Lee says, Mark, it is so genuine. This is why this channel rocks. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, we don't have a lot of high-tech stuff going on here, boys. We're just talking Tundra, and that's the fun part. And fan features. We love the fan features. And the dealer walks. And the live streams. Yeah, I like it all. Just hanging out, you know? Chris says, I'm tempted to get something similar. I have no use for it, but now I want it. Closest thing to a Tundra I can afford. I hear that, buddy. Russ says, thanks, CH1936. HRV says, Ola from SoCal. Gas price. HRV, what is the gas price around you, buddy? Chris says, but my car is a road legal boat with a leather couch built in it. Yes, 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 it is. Absolutely. It's a very comfortable seat, for sure. I will always say stay tuned, because this seat has all the electronics on it. It has the airbags in it. There's a lot of airbags in this now. So hopefully they never go off in some emergency situation with this chair. But if they do, hopefully the camera's on so you guys can get a good laugh for years to come. Excuse me. I'll hit you up with an email, Mark. Let me know where I can send it. Yeah, email TundraDude34@gmail.com. TundraDude34@gmail.com. Sounds like when you're ordering something on QVC, dial 1-800-611-6262. That's 1-800-611-6262. And then they say it 3 more times so you don't mess up. Ah, good old QVC. Yeah, so we got a lot of patches going on before we go. We should probably talk about that. I can't move the thing. Check it out. Patch wall. I'm going to need to get a 3rd wall, which is always a good thing. A lot of you guys have sent in a lot of cool stuff here. I mean, that's all over the country. That's Canada, too. We got Border Patrol there. We got Little Egg Harbor, which is down the way from me, some New Jersey. FDNY for my friend that died in 9/11 in the towers. My father's patches are up there. We're all over the place. Los Angeles, which is real cool. LA County Sheriff's Department. Cali Fire. I mean, you got stuff all over the place here. I think it's so cool. Washington, D.C., Yonkers, New York. Pretty sweet, right? That's all from you guys. So I thank you very much for sending in. I think everything is represented. We got police, fire, EMS. We got all the branches of the military. Coast Guard's in there, too. We might not have Navy. We might be missing the United States Navy, which is a shame. But we definitely have Army. We have Air Force. We got the USMC. We got the Red Dogs up top. I mean, we got a lot going on that board, but I'm very proud of that board. Very, very proud. Can't get the chair to move. That's why I need arms. The chair's a little high, so my feet don't touch the ground when I'm in it. So I got to figure that out, too. Maybe get something a little bit lower when it comes to the wheels. Let's see. HRV says, pump on a Sunday at 490. Come Wednesday, it was 540. Now it's about 580. Or you pumped on Wednesday. Okay, so it's just going up. It's hanging out now. Maybe it's leveled. Chris says, do you still have the key tags and things like that for sale? Mine is fraying in several areas. and it's missing at the moment. Email me, TundraDude34@gmail.com. I got to look to see if I have any more. If you want TundraDude34 gear, though, Teespring, right below me right now, you will see some of the links to my Teespring. I have shirts, stuff like that there. Check it out. 2022 Tundra, make half tons great again. The most popular one I have. Jules says, what else will you miss besides the V8 when you trade yours? To be completely honest with you, and this is, it's kind of a weird one because I'll miss it in a way, but I get it. I'll miss the simplicity of the Tundra. I feel like the Tundra has gone, you know, it's definitely close to the rest of the segment now when it comes to technology. The cab is very quiet. Everything is very refined and fairly high tech. I will miss the simplicity and the old school of the Tundra. The Tundra now, to me, the driving experience is that of an old school pickup, the roar of the V8, the feel of a truck. Now, it's so refined that it's hard to compare, and people always want this. They're like, hey, compare your 2020 generation Tundra to a 2022, the new gen. It's very hard to compare because they're so different. So I will miss that simplicity and the less is more approach. That's my main stuff. Chris says, okay, I'll definitely email you after live stream. Please do. Dave says, give us a comparison to the F-150 Raptor. Why Tundra over F-150? Well, I'd have to go way back. For me, Toyota started when I was young. My father always had Tacomas, even before they were called Tacoma. So that kind of got me in the vibe. But even as a young, you know, person who didn't own a car, you know, he would take me to hockey practice in the truck and all that. And when I bought my first Toyota, it was a Tacoma. And, you know, I wanted a Tacoma because I couldn't afford anything good. So it was an old Tacoma with high mileage, and I knew Toyota had great reliability. That was my main thing, reliability, because I knew it could get me where I had to go. I was traveling a lot in that truck, and, you know, that's the way it went. When Toyota came up into the half-ton segment for real, which was 2007, I fell in love with the look of the truck. I fell in love with what they did with the 5.7 V8, 10,200 you know, tow capacity, which at the time was the best in the segment. And then from there, I'm just loyal to Toyota. I love the Tundra. I love the vibe, the QDR. I like the less is more approach that Toyota's always been about. I have no problem with the Ford F-150 or the Raptor. I think the Raptor was a great idea. They kind of made their own market with the Raptor because it kind of doesn't fit into anywhere else. You know, it has an aggressive suspension package on it and everything, and it's kind of in its own like desert running off-road segment. And then you start to see things like TRX come out, and the TRD Pro is kind of halfway there. So I've always loved the Tundra. I've always loved the look of the Tundra, and I love the way that Toyota goes about building their vehicles and how they treat their employees, which I've learned a lot over the years by doing this channel. May will be 6 years with this channel. So in talking to a lot of Toyota people with the QDR and how they all, from the guy who sweeps the floor to the person, CEO, Akio himself, and everyone in between, they all have one mission to put out the best product possible. And I love that vibe. But as far as truck to truck, I like the F-150. I like the Raptor. I think they have a lot to offer. There's so many options with the Ford F-150 to get exactly what you want. But at the end of the day, it's all about that QDR for me with the Tundra. And I love the reliability of the brand. So that's where I'm at. That was the long answer. I apologize. The Raptor is hard to resist. I see what you're writing right there. Very expensive, but I will tell you this. If you are a Toyota person, or you want to go to Toyota, or you're lost, the TRD Pro that's coming out now for 2022 is very close to the Raptor now. As far as your features, it has everything the Raptor has. The suspension's a little bit different. I think the Raptor has a little bit more of an aggressive suspension, but that all comes down to your wants, needs, and what you will be using the truck for. Even the TRD Pro Tundra is wider now, so I would hold off and check out that Pro. Excuse me. I love when I go into those long rants. Okay, now I gotta get caught up. Chris says, high gas prices or not, I love my V8. Nothing like the torque feeling and noise. Doing a muffler delete soon. It's gonna be loud. Your neighbors are gonna hate you. Lee says, quality and reliability. Absolutely. Don't forget durability. QDR. Wrangler says, making a round trip from Texas to Denver on E85 fuel pulling trailer. What should I expect on mileage? Anyone? Gas pains. Man, E85, I don't know. Does anybody, I've never rocked E85, never once. I'd love to hear if anybody, he has a 2014 1794. I'm going to read that one more time. If anyone has had any experience with E85. Making a round trip from Texas to Denver on E85 fuel, pulling a trailer. What should I expect on mileage? Well, if you're pulling a trailer, it's not going to be great. Sunny D says the 15 Tacoma had a 110 outlet, 21 Pro. I used it a lot. I hear that. Iron Saint says the TRX is a Raptor killer, for sure. Dave says, I hear you own 6 Toyota trucks. Myself, can't see going away, but that Raptor is hard to resist. Have my deposit down on a TRD Pro, just in waiting mode now. There you go. I think you'll be happy. Big horsepower numbers, big torque. It's right there with the Raptor now as far as numbers and everything. Bubba says, living the dream. I bought 2 locking gas caps 3 years ago. Still work great. I'm sorry, but I can't find the link. Lee says E85 is going to give you horrible mileage, especially towing. Might not be worth the costs in savings. I saw 4 MPG worse on E85. Lee, coming through in the clutch. I love it, buddy. Appreciate you. With all the pictures he sends me and the videos and his beautiful truck, and now he's helping out. Big high five to you, sir. PC says E85 gets worse than 87. See it to believe it, because it contains more ethanol, like 40%. Rust is laughing. Dave says he put his deposit down, which is awesome. Chris says my neighbors are pretty chill, plus a straight pipe Mustang and a 370Z drive through town a lot, so I should be fine. Nice. Steven says Stant makes the best aftermarket gas caps. Call them; they can help you. Jeremy says same QDR boys. Yes. Yeah, Toyota people, the way it works is this. If you're an owner of Toyotas, if you're someone who's owned a Toyota for a long time or you've owned a few, once you get on that QDR train, you never want to get off it. And people who don't own Toyotas, all they say is, oh, Toyota people, all they ever talk about is reliability. Because at the end of the day, that's all that really matters, right? I mean, it's cool to have the latest stereo and tech and, hey, my truck has, remote start and whatever. But don't you want to get from point A to point B without any problems? That should be number one. So reliability being our world title, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's real. Now is the true test 2022 and beyond for the Tundra, because the less is more QDR approach. QDR is still there, but they've changed everything all at once. So it will be put to the true test, which should make for an entertaining couple years here to see how Mike Swears and his team do. I mean, they're dedicated people, so they're going to give you 110%. If something goes wrong, they're going to do all they can to get it right. So I am definitely looking forward to seeing, what comes through in the future, because they've really thrown all their cards down, pushed all their money to the center of the table. All right, we got a call. Let's see what's up. A full change like this, it was a ballsy move. So let's see. They didn't change a couple things. They threw out the old Tundra plans and specs and started a new truck. So we're going to see what it does going forward. I can't wait for the hybrid to come out. I think the hybrid is what they're talking about when they say game changer. So that should be a lot of fun too. All right, let's see. John says, where do you place the new 2022 Toyota Tundra among the TRX, GMC trucks, Raptor? What are your top 5 trucks for 2022? Go. Okay, so it's hard to say TRX and Raptor. And we don't have the Pro yet to really gauge that. So I'm going to omit the TRX, Raptor, and TRD Pro Tundra. Let's just go with the regular trims. And I'm not even going to go hybrid yet because I haven't driven that. I just want to go off of what I've used. I will sync the F-150 is the king of the mountain. There's a lot of options. Everybody's happy with it. I feel now that the 2022 Tundra, it's Ford F-150, 2022 Tundra, and Ram are right there. And I feel like Chevy's the one that's a little bit behind now, but that's just me. And those three, Ford, Ram, and the new Tundra, are really chilling right there. They all have the same technology now. The engines, the 5.7 Hemi's still around. They don't really have a solid V6 option yet. EcoBoost has been around for a long time. The EcoBoost is more refined. They kind of worked all their problems out with that. The Tundra was fast, man. It was fast. The driving experience was very different, but it was good. I put it right up there in there with that. I think Chevy it's now their time to see what they can do. And that's just me. I don't dislike Chevy. I've just never been a huge fan of their interior setup and everything. And they are moving forward with the new generations and all that. But for me, if it's me, personally me talking, I like the look of the Ram. I like the look of the F-150. And the new Tundra is right there too. I don't dislike the look of the Tundra. There's some things on, it depends on the trim. I really like the TRD because it takes away a lot of the chrome. I think the look is there though, and the interior features are right up there with everything else. As far as engine performance, it's right in there. So it's fighting with for the top 3, but that's where I'm at right now. And you let me know what you think too. Back at it, here we go. Oh man, I'm way behind. Chris says, I wonder if there's kits to go E85 on my Grand Marquis. Don't do it, man. Sukraj says, Mark, there's a rumor Toyota is working on a Raptor TRX competitor for the Tundra that will be slotted above the TRD Pro. What are your thoughts? Let's go. Why not? Why not? I'd love to see what they come out with. They had that one at SEMA. That was like a desert runner look. Why not compete? Let's go. So it'll probably be a TRD Pro on steroids. That's what I'm guessing. Greg says, I've been a longtime GM owner and switched to the Tundra because of reliability and simplicity. I like the way you think. Matt says, in your opinion, I have a 2011 Rock Warrior. Is it getting time to upgrade? I'm going to be very honest with you. I hold the TRD Rock Warrior in a very high position in my heart. I'd be holding on to that thing as long as possible. That's just me. Go test drive a new one, see where you're at, but Rock Warrior all day long. Living the Dream says, thanks, Bubba. I'll Google that. Russ says, 1988 pickup 22R, 1988 pickup 4x4 auto 22RE, 2009 4Runner, 2015 4Runner, 2014 1794. Love them all. Rust has been around here a long time. We like it. PC says, I had 2 Hondas. Value have to be adjusted every 100,000 miles, and Honda always have some torque converter problems. And I have a 16 Civic trade. That in last year, direct injection engine always makes value dirty. Oh, boy. You know, and Honda's not a terrible company either. My wife's family, they're all Honda people. Bruno says, do you think they will do an update or the Tundra so it won't stop the engine when you unlock the doors if you start the engine through remote start? I figured they would do that update for 2022, so I think it's just going to be this way. PC says, Bruno, Toyota will not do that. They don't want people to steal your car. No bypass. I tried. Jeremy says, speaking of exhaust, because of Mark, I put the 8-inch PA muffler on my Tundra and freaking love it. Makes the truck even more enjoyable to drive. I'm happy to help, Jeremy. Chris says, I don't know, man. I'm thinking about it, but it also depends on cost overall. I've been waiting to do modifications to it anyway, but I don't know. Gives me something to think about. Gilmer says, I'm in the market for a single cab, short bed V8 supercharge. Share some parts with the Tahoe TRD Pro. Oof, dude. RCSB, I'm in. I would trade my Pro right now if the right RCSB was available. That's the level of love I have for it. Bandito says, I bought a 2021 Tundra. Unlike you, I'm faithful to the 5.7. I'm faithful to the 5.7 too. I love the 5.7. I don't know, but people want to paint me as someone who now hates the 5.7. No, the 5.7, forever. 5.7 liter V8, absolutely love it. Will I go next generation? Absolutely, for the channel, to keep up with the generations. But 5.7 V8 all day, every day, #1 in our hearts. #1 in my heart. Bruno says, thanks, PC. The only thing I hate about Toyota so far. Okay, but it's the only thing I hate about Toyota so far. Joe says, when are Toyotas going to be back on the lots? Yeah, it's going to be a while. We're still waiting. It's not just Toyotas, it's everyone. There's been a few around the lots in my area here in South Carolina. It looks like they have no vehicles coming in at all. It's a bad time to be in the automotive industry, my friends. Sukraj says, yes, the update will be coming for remote start. Automotive Press has stated that Swears is aware of that and the tow hook issues, hopefully by 2023 model year. I wouldn't hold my breath on the remote start thing. Bandito says, good luck with that V6. If you want gas mileage, buy a Chevette. Okay. Andrew says, all this talk about holding on to Tundra makes me feel at home. Everyone thinks I'm crazy when I tell them I won't trade my 07 and just bought the 19, never getting rid of the 5.7s. Sukraj says, you can love the 5.7 V8 and still want the new engine. 583 pound-feet of torque and 20 mpg, sign me up. I love the 5.7 V8. I always will. I know Bandito thinks I don't, but I promise you I do. But for channel aspects, I've had 6 5.7s, no, 5 5.7s. 4.7 was my first Tundra. It is time to upgrade to what they have now, so I could give you the good, the bad, the ugly, and tell you if you should spend your hard-earned money. Goal of the channel, to save you money. #1 goal. See how long that lasts, the torque on a little V6. We shall see, buddy. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going into it because it's better than the 5.7. I'm going into it to break it down and see what's good, bad, and ugly. Take it for what you will. Just purchased the 2021 Tundra Limited Crew Max. Excited to join the Tundra Club. Welcome aboard, my friend. It is good to have you. Absolutely. Yeah, so, I mean, that's the best part, is updating. That's what we do. We update on everything that's going on, what we like, what we dislike. That's what the channel's all about. The 5.7 needed to keep the TRD Supercharger. 100% agree with you on that one. Honestly, if when I bought the 2020, that TRD Supercharger was still available, now you know what? Forget it. I wouldn't have got it because I just had that Supercharger in the 2017, and I traded out of the 2017 because I wanted to go back to naturally aspirated like you guys. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go call it an evening. I got to go hang out with the wife. She's going to get mad at me. It's 6:41 already. It's getting late. So I hope you guys had a great time. On your way out, if you want to hit that like button, I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and the notification bell so you know every time I put up a new video and or a live stream. But I thank you guys for being here. You're the best. If you are new, also go check out the playlist. People love the dealership walk. Go check out the time with the 2022 Limited. That's up there in a playlist form now. But I thank you guys for being here. Whether you have a 5.7 V8, whether you have the new V6, whether you have the 4.6, the 4.7, the 4.0 liter V6 and the old Tundras, I still appreciate you and love you. Bandito, you too, buddy. Be safe, be well. Everyone have a good night. I'll talk to you guys soon.